right. So it seems like the nice chanting and the music there kind of matches what's going on here. It's that you're actually not in dire peril at the moment.
I don't know what to think. I don't know what to feel. I don't trust you.
I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I love this place. I want to live here, and you can't make me go back to whatever encampment that you just built.
All right. Well, Liliana's retired as a character. We'll have Jess roll up something new for next time.
Yes. No.
Real quick, while I'm thinking of it, because I did forget for surviving the tower falling and everything, it was, you guys got really lucky there that it fell when it did, and you got out of there. You took the clues. Y'all gain 100 experience.
100 experience?
Yeah.
You really need to tell me that not when we're playing, so that I actually level something.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's spent any experience yet.
I really don't know how much I'm supposed to have.
Now.
I have spent 100 experience. The first 100 we got going to the next rank of my
right.
Yeah, my thing says spent 2,100.
Right, because you got 100 for discovering you got 100 for dealing with the Skaven, 100 for the Waterfall Temple. I think that was it. I may have forgotten some.
So we should have 200.
No, we should have 380 is what I have down. Yeah.
You got extra because you got bonus for falling in the river and falling down the waterfall.
I'll get you.
Well, if we got 100 for the Skaven, and then 100 for the other thing, and then 100 just now, that's at least 300.
There must have been another 50 somewhere. I think for discovering the elf tower, you got 50.
Yeah, like I think I've spent maybe like 100. Like I'm at 250 current experience right now, and I've spent 2170. But I did get some from character creation by embracing randomness.
Right. Yeah, so I think you gained 350 at this point.
I don't honestly know if I've updated anything, and I feel like I have, but all my numbers are just wrong.
So if I've spent 2,100, then my current should be 250. Yeah?
Yes.
Cool. Maybe we'll all spend that someday.
And we could do that over dinner before the next episode.
Sounds like a great idea. Or I'm just going to have a stack of it and go, I don't know what number I have.
Literally, that's me and Gapapa. I'm like, are you ever going to spend this experience? I'm like, I don't know how.
Yeah, it seems like every 10 episodes or so, we're like, wait a minute, Mina, you're way behind in experience. Why don't you ever write this down? Because you put it in your notes, but not on your character sheet.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, you guys are inside. Well, if you didn't know any better, you'd think you were just in the moot. The Mootland.
I'm not thinking any better. Liliana's in her brain in a Mootland.
Exactly.
I don't know any better either, so hey.
It's a southern Mootland.
It's a nice place. It's cool in here. You were just given some food. You got some nice, fresh, warm bread, some fruits, again, kind of typical things you see around here. Yeah, but it's nice. Some cheeses.
I mean, so there.
All right, so now we're talking about cheese.
Yes, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's cheese, there are things to milk.
What kind of cheese is this? Tell us about this cheese. This may or may not be a ambition.
Right?
Yeah, what's the hardness of this cheese?
It's hard cheese.
Okay, that's dumb.
Well, we're still asking about the cheese. Like, how do they make it?
All right, so sitting around the table with Mba. He's ready. He's so excited to see people from not here. Before getting into the cheese, he asks you where you're from and what brings you to the Southlands.
Literally, no filter. Liliana is just going to tell him her life story.
Okay, so that's going to take a while.
Yeah, I'm not going to recount that for everybody to save some time, but she will 100% launch into everything about herself, including where she's from, how she got there, and everything about this dwarf ship. So if there are secrets people don't want her telling, you better stop her, or she'll just tell the whole story about the bath with Heinrik too.
I am open-faced sandwich. Go for it.
Yeah. He wanted stories, he'll get them out of Liliana.
Oh, he's loving this. You see, like, in the hallways to this room, you see a couple other Southlings, like, kind of, you can tell that this guy is the elder, and they understand that, like, he's having, like, a meeting with people, but they're like the hobbits in Rivendell. Like they're not invited to the meeting, but they're kind of there anyway. Just outside the room, you can see they're there, like listening in and whatnot.
Peeking in the windows and through the back doorway, and
exactly. But he's loving every minute of your story. He loves hearing all this stuff. The cheese, he tells you, comes from creatures they call antelope.
Antelope.
They have some that they have.
Are they like small like ants? No, they can't be small like ants. What is an antelope?
Oh, it's like probably a combination of the ants that we know and cantaloupe.
So he describes them kind of like the giraffes, but much smaller with much shorter legs and not a long neck. And you would recognize it like a stag or deer from the Empire, similar. They said sometimes they're able to get that. They have cheese very rarely. Mm-hmm. They don't domesticate the antelope. They just jump over any fences that the Southlands build. They jump very, very high. But that once in a while they can kind of find one that's recently had a calf and they can milk it for a little while and make some cheese. So which gives you an idea that they're giving you like delicacies here.
Wow.
Treating them like honored guests.
Oh, yes.
Liliana is very excited about this on many, many levels. Sorry, I got distracted drawing the movie in my notebook.
Where do these antelope live normally, geographically?
So he describes it in these savannas. They're here. There's a few dotted in this region. Within a few dozen miles, there's a couple different savannas, and each one has a halfling mound.
Is it safe to assume that being from the Empire, that savanna is not something that we are super familiar with?
You wouldn't know what that term means, no, but you figure he's talking about these areas of plains where there's not thick jungle. He does say, if you're looking for these barrows, I highly recommend staying away from one to the north.
Stay away from the northern barrows?
Yes. Far, far north. You mentioned elves. The elf on the other side of the lagoon. There's the elf tower. Further north from that, northeast. Barrows, stay away from. Dangerous. Southlands left it long ago.
What? Something what?
The Southlands left it long ago.
Gotcha.
Liliana just says she disagrees in all fashions, because if the halfling's going to leave it, she's not going to go back.
Why did you leave?
Did they perhaps leave due to the giant that roams the jungle?
Oh, no. You stay away from him. He eats Southlands sometimes.
Why? We don't taste good.
Well, you get in the way.
What was I say?
He doesn't usually come down here.
Oh,
He stays by his mountain and sometimes fights that dragon.
Good to know.
How often does that happen? There better be a party.
Every so often.
It's not cause for festival. I mean, you don't watch this fight. You just gotta party.
Again, you stay away. South's dangerous. Or north is dangerous.
Let's ask him about the monkey people.
Oh, the other tower?
Yeah. If
The
they're
monkey people.
the friends or foes. Yellow fur.
The Chakma.
Yes.
Chakma, okay.
They're
Don't
not-
talk so good, but... Yeah. Maybe sometimes they get desperate and they... get fighty, but they worship the big black one. Like their god. Because they think they like him. They want to be like him. But they're not. They're yellow. And small.
It's true.
But usually no trouble.
It's me.
Oh.
Okay, so for the most part, the very big one, yeah, he stays away from settlements or barrels for the most part, or he kind of just does what he wants.
He sleeps a lot. Sometimes he wanders. You hear him coming, so...
Pretty easy to avoid.
Yeah, you know when he is nearby, you run.
Okay.
Sometimes you give him things that can calm him. He likes to eat. He's so big, so you give him something to eat, and sometimes that gives you time to get away, so he doesn't eat you.
What is big enough for him to eat? I mean, you don't have cattle here. Animal?
Sometimes he eat big the water buffalo. You scoop them up and chomp.
There are water buffalo here.
Yeah.
They live in the water? Do we know what water buffalo are?
No.
We know what buffalo are, yes, no? Regular buffalo?
There are...
Oryx?
Moose?
If you describe an auroch, he said they're kind of similar to that.
Oh, yes. These are very easy to milk.
But he wouldn't call them water buffalo. He'd probably call them wildebeest. That's the term I was trying to think of. You pick up the wildebeest and eat it.
That's bigger than us. I can see why he'd want one.
Yes, they're good to eat. Fast, hard to catch. Need traps.
Maybe different than what I'm thinking of then.
You can still probably get an antelope.
Yes.
He can't. No, well, maybe he get lucky, catch antelope. Antelope very fast, jump very high.
Will it be slower than antelope?
Yeah, well, they much bigger, so you can grab them easier.
Yes.
You grab them and you jump. See you sometimes.
Chakma, what do they like? What do they do if you try to calm them down? You don't give them wildebeest, but you give them something else?
I don't see Chakma much outside of Nkambaramba. I forgot how to say it already.
Oh, they also go there. Which means they trade?
Sounds like big city.
Nkoramba.
Big city.
I see them there, yes. They live in jungle. We don't live in jungle.
Right.
This moot's not a jungle? Don't even pretend.
No, I don't pretend.
Gerty's so confused.
What did Chakma buy?
Chakma trade, they're good hunters. They trade meat that they find.
Skins and furs and meat. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you get to Mkamba?
North.
Mkamba? Road?
Northeast.
Is there a road?
No, I could take you.
Pretty close to here?
Not far. It's about a mile.
Well, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Certainly we should go. And Heinrik's going to be speaking common, not be translated here. Perhaps it would be wise for us to make a journey to somewhere with a higher ceiling.
Just the fact that there is a trading encampment city effectively so close to here, we're not very far away. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, almost everything we grow that we don't use here, we trade in Nkoramba. Sometimes we take it to other barrows directly, but typically they meet us there because everybody meet there. Even the lizard people. They don't talk so good either, but...
Wow.
This is great news. Yeah. There is trading post.
Incredible.
How... Will they like us?
Who?
What
Everybody likes us. What's not to like? We're so likable.
Is there common currency, common language between everyone in the city, or how does that work?
Currency?
Trade, or is it only barter?
Trade. You trade things, yes. Some like gold, but we don't have a use for gold here.
What about communication between them?
That can be hard sometimes. When people don't know how to talk to each other, it gets difficult. But every group has smart people that know how to figure it out. We figure it out.
This is incredible news. I thought we would be setting up our own shops, and who do you have to trade with except the people we came with? This is very good.
You came with... Oh, sorry, you told him everything.
Yeah.
Yes, this will be far less economically incestuous.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Perhaps we will be able to purchase some of the trappings of civilized life.
Yes. Oh, and I'm sure that there are like apothecaries and healers, and Melissa and I could go.
And livestock. There might be livestock there.
Oh, yeah, they have farms and animals.
Oh, this is very good.
Wonderful. Before we go, do they have a healer here?
Yeah, he calls in an herbalist named Naka.
Okay.
And she'll do, you want her to heal you or just
if she
chat
could, and then I want her to look at some of the things that I've collected and
Yes, like my leg.
good for healing, not good for healing.
All right, so I'll do a heal test for you and Heinrik quick.
Cool.
Assuming Heinrik accepts it.
Yeah, Heinrik would accept medical treatment.
Okay, cool. So she doesn't do it in the same way Bethen does. It's more with poultices and whatnot. But I'm gonna give her a heal of 45.
Fair.
Seems reasonable.
Not as good as mine, but that's okay.
So we'll say she has an intelligence bonus of 4. So she's gonna heal Bethen for 6.
Okay.
Not bad. And then Heinrik.
Back to full.
Heinrik, she heals for 7.
Oh, that's like twice his health total maximum.
Liliana,
She knows what she's doing.
Thank you to them.
Ankte uye.
Ankte uye.
Alcum Bay. They seem to, instead of straight Pig Latin, they tend to put B's in the words for some reason, just as their dialect.
That's fair.
But you can chat with her a bit you can learn some more. Do you have any ranks in trade herbalism?
Nope.
Or lore herbs?
Nope.
I would say being here, if you want to spend experience on that, it wouldn't cost double outside of your career.
Sweet.
If you want to put some advances in that based on this, she explains to you some of the plants. One of them, she's like, don't eat that. That's okay. Doesn't taste good.
I've got my notebook. I'm writing down, don't eat it. What happens if you do eat it?
She tells you about that bark
Mm-hmm.
that we said was what aspirin was made from,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, willow bark.
She tells you about that. They use that all the time. She used some of that on both of you just now.
Yeah.
And another thing that you found is tells you they use as to help sleep.
Oh.
And it would count it would be essentially be the same as what was it? I want to say Terabeth, but I don't think that was the right term.
Terabeth. They probably have many things, thickening agents and seasonings, and there are probably many things in the jungle that we can glean from them for cooking.
I mean, yeah, we should totally tell them about the spider leg recipe.
Oh, it's so good, though. Yes.
Oh, they love swapping recipes and stuff like that for sure. They have all kinds of spices you never heard of or tasted before.
This is incredible.
Cinnamon, is that African or is that South American?
Cinnamon?
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
I don't know, the Applejack's mascot was called Cinnamon, which makes me think that it would be African, but I could be very incorrect.
And very
Cinnamon
stereotyped.
is from India.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Also cultivated in South America and the West Indies.
Okay, so they don't have cinnamon here. I was right. Terabeth, she says you have, we'll call it the equivalent to that. We'll say you have, you gathered up 3 doses of it.
That's one of the 19 things that makes people sleepy,
I
yeah?
believe that's the one that puts people in a deep sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Cobain.
But the one she said do not eat, is the equivalent of nightshade.
Ooh, deadly nightshade.
It does, it would use the same rules for it. So she explains to you, it's very dangerous.
Muy malo.
I'm gonna kind of talk to her a little bit
No, it's
about
not in this.
weird root and some of the other modern players would refer to them as recreational drugs. Do they have anything like that here that they take not medically but for funsies?
Something equivalent to weird root?
Or anything like
Weed,
that.
Dan, weed.
LSD.
Weird root's kind of similar. Let me.
It has medicinal purposes if you want to operate on somebody.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Make them happy. Stick a stick in them.
That's
Oh,
exactly what I'm
yes.
thinking, as a substitute for anesthesia.
Correct, yeah.
It would be great to just get them loopy, strap them down. Hack away, baby.
So she
Okay.
tells you about a thing that they get from leeches sometimes come out when there's a lot of rain in the jungles. You can find these sometimes. And she explains it to you that if you use this stuff, you get lost in a fantasy that lasts for a few minutes sometimes. It's
Is it something that the leeches use to be able to feed? It puts the host in a catatonic state so that
kind of,
they can,
yeah.
Okay.
Kind of hard. It's very rare and not hard and hard to find.
I love the idea that Liliana is translating all of this.
It'd be the equivalent of spit in the Empire. Is a drug in the Empire from the core book.
Cool. Some of the herbs and spices we could get from here include cumin, saffron, a lot that I can't pronounce. Zatar.
Cumin is from sub-Saharan Africa?
From Morocco. From Africa. I just did spices from Africa.
Oh,
Well, there is saffron here.
apparently.
I brought saffron. It is very expensive where we're from.
Yeah.
Very expensive.
You definitely you notice some in the food that you're eating.
Oh my gosh, this is
Cardamom,
incredibly
ginger.
profitable.
Yes.
And Mba's like, this is very good. Very good to meet you all. Very, very happy. Tomorrow I could take you to Nkaramba. It's kind of late for our trip today.
I was going to say
Slaps his little
about.
halfling belly.
I was going to say about what time is it? Yeah.
It's like mid to late afternoon at this point. Like, you might not realize it, but you've been in the barrows for like a few hours at this point, eating and talking and everything.
Not like Liliana cares.
Right, it's comfortable in
She's
here.
paying no
It's
attention to
cool,
time.
It's dry.
Is there I would hate to impose, is there a place where we could set up a camp outside perhaps, or
Oh yes, Longshanks must stay outside. Just kidding. No, you can have some beds. We maybe put beds together for you, but you can
I
have
mean, you
beds.
are a little bit bigger. You know, you might need like 3 beds there, Bethen.
I definitely thought you were serious. I was like, oh shit, okay.
I was like, oh, this is good. That means I get bed. That's fine.
You can have the top bunk.
I don't think we do bunks.
Had you for a
I don't
second.
think we do bunks in there.
No.
But yeah, you are welcome to stay here for the night. He says you feel like they are trusting you pretty implicitly.
Woohoo.
Until we slaughter them in their sleep. I'm just kidding. That would
Murder hobos.
And take all their saffron. Yeah.
be saffron and their antelope milk.
Oh, yes.
All right, so you guys want to stay here for the night?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Was everybody back to full moons?
Yes, and my moons are full.
Go to Denny's?
So I'm going to show a little bit
Over
more of this
Miami.
map just for funsies. You can stay in kind of a side room. So you see this room marked O is kind of just kind of like sitting room, hangout space. The room marked P is very clearly a privy. Whoops.
Yeah, I know those holes in the floor.
And then what we have marked N here is a sleeping space that they say you can stay in. And you can see there's a long hallway here with a few other doors. And they're very inviting, but they're not like, go do whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Welcome you, make you comfortable, but they're not going to necessarily invite you down the hallway.
Right.
Yeah, you don't need to go. Like, you get the sense that you're not invited to just wander wherever you feel like.
I don't want to see a halfling sex dungeon, so I'm good.
Yeah, so the Gerty in me is excited for the saffron. The player, Tim, is like, well, obviously this is dark cult because anything that we would enjoy or like to be around is very bad for us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. They'll wake up in the morning, all their hearts are ripped out of their head,
yes,
you know?
and this is really kidney factory. They steal it from visitors and they sell it in town.
Liliana is very upset at your player for suggesting such horrible things about the boot.
If there's anyone that could make kidney correctly, it'd be halflings.
It's true. That's very true.
I like that idea, though. You wake up in the morning and you're all in an ice bath.
With a phone taped to my hand. Help!
Yeah, so the next morning you wake up, you feel better than you have in a while. Sleeping underground is kind of nice, not on the boat. even with the rocking all the time, not in in the bunk. Well, but even better than the elf place, because there you were sleeping on like seats,
Cushions.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us out of
here
the
are
foyer.
actual beds. Liliana fits perfectly. Gertie's a little bit big for her bed, but nothing too bad. But obviously Heinrik and Bethen have to put like a couple beds together to get the proper length. So still a good night's sleep. They're comfortable mattresses.
Liliana makes no attempt to hide how amused she is at the tall people trying to fit in her tiny bed. None.
Oh.
I thought Alex was trying to say something. So the next morning, Bethen, if you want to do your heal check on Gertie's leg
Yes.
before the day starts.
All right. I passed with 1 success level.
Great. So that counts as 2 days of healing for your torn muscle.
We're into the teens.
Ooh. I will say it was such a nice night. You guys it was so pleasant to talk with people, even if they had to go through translation, having a nice meal, some drinks, nice bed. You'll get your fortune points back.
Sweet, you remembered.
Yay.
I just thought of it. I was like, I should do that before I forget.
Good job, DM.
Should give us fortune points before you force us to spend them.
Yep.
Dang it.
That is the way.
It is the way. So the next morning, Umba is clearly taking his time before like setting out. He insists on having a big breakfast, of course.
No fighting from Liliana.
He is very much a halfling, even though he calls himself a Southling. You can tell that, you guys are pretty much the same. And it's about mid-morning before you set off.
Okay.
So we'll go back to the regional map to see what's going on here. And he takes you north through the savannah. It's not a difficult travel here. Hold on, give me just a second. Looking for some good music here.
I feel bad. We told him all about us, but we don't know anything about them.
He told you that they basically are farmers that grow a bunch of crops that they sell in the city or trade in the city and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they got going on. But he leads you north through to the edge of the savannah back into the jungle. And you see there's a path here you can follow. You don't have to cut down the vines as you go. And he said it's about a mile away. It doesn't take too long to get there. So I'm going to activate a new map. So you're going to be coming into this place from the southern path. Once I click the right thing here, there we go. Now you can access map F.
You do not own a token with any vision on this scene.
Yep.
Shoot, did I forget to...
Bring us to the city? Yes. It is darkness.
And then we all feel daggers in our
I
livers.
forgot to turn off the token vision and stuff. That should fix it.
Oh my god, look at the city.
Oh, wow.
Pretty.
So you come up from the south here. To your right, you see fields. You see farmhouses. You see like barns. You see a bunch of livestock, like hogs in a pen. And then you see this city. From where you're coming, it slopes up into town, and you see tons of wooden buildings, and you see one giant structure in the center that towers above everything else.
So I know what that is.
From the top down, you can get an idea, but the characters wouldn't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Great debate stage, obviously.
Yeah, totally. And that's probably where they have their annual Nakaramba chili cook-off.
Oh, yes. Yep. This is where they go to preach great ideas and philosophize.
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed it was like a dog racing ring.
Vicious could totally win.
Yeah. No. Vicious is not a fast dog.
Oh,
I mean, she's a vicious dog.
right.
But she's not used to running long distances to hunt rats, so...
Shoot, there was a particular song I knew was going to be perfect here. It wasn't what I thought it was called.
Everybody in the club get tipsy is the song you are looking for.
That's it. Thank you. That's better. All right, so yeah, you come here and you see all kinds of people. Lots of clearly humans. They have those humans here though look like Rudy in that they have dark skin, not as dark as Umba's. See, he's a bit different, and even than that his is so dark. There's tons of people here. Like he said, you see more of they're called Chakma, the monkey beastmen here and there. Not as many. It's mostly humans, but you also see every here and there. Are you guys gonna just head into the city?
Oh yeah, so we'll take his lead for sure.
So he's basically gonna go, kind of like give you a tour. He kind of explains to you what's going on. On the center there is the arena, which is the center of everything in Karamba. You do see some dwarves around. You notice some greenskins. There's a handful of goblins and even fewer orcs.
Goblins, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Bethen, just out of like her upbringing and everything from the Empire, like visibly like,
Yes.
like expecting them to attack us.
You're probably all on edge by seeing all these different people here that this is very, very different from anything in the Empire.
Heinrik's definitely keeping his hand on his sword pretty much this whole time that I can see any greenskins, any lizardmen, anything.
You even notice in the corners of some places you see a couple of hooded figures crouched together talking, and you see long furless tails sticking out like rat tails that look pretty familiar.
That's where Liliana really starts to brindle, especially Vicious, because Vicious would recognize the Skaven from the boat.
Yes.
We killed your mom. What? We say none of that out loud.
Yeah, the Skaven on the boat were actually just trying to come home. They were like on a return trip from Disney World.
Oh shit.
Oh no. So as you head in, you see all these different people around, and it's just kind of crazy. You see some like stalls. You see a big hulking orc behind, like at a stall with a bunch of like weapons and things in front of him that look like they're made out of like bone and wood and stone. And the packed ground around you, there's not like cobbled streets here, but the earth is packed down from many footsteps. It says the packed ground shakes with the footfalls of something mighty coming around the corner. A behemoth of gray skin, an immense ogre appears. White tattoos and heavily muscled arms make for quite an intimidating sight. And then the fact that this ogre makes Thorglash look small. Thorglash, of course, being the ogre from the ship.
Push over trees.
Liliana just slowly goes from kneecap all the way up.
Well, yes, it blots out the sun.
This thing is probably 4 times Liliana's height. He's about 12 feet tall.
You are so tall.
And you notice why he came running around the corner. Just boom, 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 huge steps. You see there's a small group of people arguing and starting to like shove and push of different races. A few orcs are arguing with some Chakma about something. And you can tell pretty quickly that it's about to boil over into a fight. And this giant ogre comes around the corner and he says, "You know the rules. You want to fight? You gotta fight me first." And the ogre draws a 2-handed club from his back and pulls down a visor. He's wearing a helmet over his face. The Chakma run, but one orc turns and faces this ogre and just kind of grunts at him like, and then he draws a bone choppa. And you're like, okay, something's gonna go down here. Clearly this place isn't all peaceful.
Get the choppa.
But this ogre...
Get away from the choppa.
Right?
As you watch, the fight is over pretty quickly as the ogre just smashes the orc into the ground with this 2-handed club. Just brings it down. The orc tries to get out of the way, but orcs are not terribly quick on their feet, and it's just flattened into the dirt.
Dang.
The body
Like
twitches
dead?
for a minute. Yeah.
Oh, geez.
It's just crushed. The club itself is probably the size of the orc. And this ogre just brings it down in a mighty 2-handed swing. Just boom!
Should have used a resilience point to dodge.
And right? The body twitches for a moment before it's still, And the ogre pulls it up, the club up out of the ground, and it's covered in like black orc blood. And then he kind of goes, and you can tell there's like a crowd had kind of gathered, and they're all kind of like, oh, like it's done already. And the ogre looks over at the you four with the dog and Mba, and he says, oh, I've never seen you before. Welcome to Nkoramba. I am Mufata the Vast, and I make the rules.
Mufata.
And the crowd just disperses.
Thank you so much.
There's some very emphatic nodding from Liliana. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I
He
can
walks
see why
up
he's
to
a good
you.
leader.
Again, he's almost twice the height of Bethen.
And you're 6 foot.
He's huge, and he's got a big old ogre belly. He's probably a good 5 feet wide at the shoulder. His head almost looks too small for his body.
Mm-hmm.
Ogres do. He pulls his visor back up, and his face is just like ugly. He's got big teeth sticking out in like the wrong places. Again, he's got that typical like twisted nose has been broken and never set properly. He's got really small eyes, and he's called Mufata the Vast for a really obvious reason. Besides the fact that he's just big, he is like the fattest creature you've ever seen. But like his arms, you can still see the muscles bulging out in his arms, even through the layers of fat that cover his whole body.
Wow.
He doesn't wear a shirt. He wears a typical ogre gut plate that covers some of his stomach. That it kind of like even spills out over on top of his gut plate a little bit. But this is probably the biggest like sentient creature you've ever seen. Oh, I don't know about the great ape. Not as big as that, of course.
Yeah.
And he says, Umba, what have you brought here?
Friends. It just literally comes out of Liliana's mouth. Friends.
Hello. We are from, he speaks common.
So language gets a little weird here. We'll say the pendant can do it pretty quick, but he sees you with the halfling. He actually speaks that Southlands Moodish, which you're all kind of getting used to. So we'll say we guys can translate.
Ends Bay. Friends.
No.
Yeah, with the B in it. That was good.
I tried.
That was good. I didn't catch it. I didn't figure it out at first, but that was good. Oh, what brings you to Nkoramba? You don't look like you're from around here.
Nope.
We are new and are here to see your wonderful city and the trade that happens here.
Oh, very good.
Eso Bay on Dito Bay.
Okay, so big Bandito Bay.
Do you think we could bring so many things back? And there's the river. I wonder if we could get passage down the river to the one checkpoint. Oh, Bethen is like so excited she can't even like properly speak, but her hands keep doing that thing that she does when she's about to
You
kill
do see that the city kind of borders the river to the north. But you can see there's a pretty wide river there, like opposite the city from the farmlands.
Heinrik, are you going to say something?
Yes, I was going to introduce us as we are explorers from the vast civilization to the north of great wealth, and we are hoping that we may be able to establish relations. Heinrik is pretty unsure about this whole situation just due to the huge, he's fine doing diplomacy with elves, but this is
A little too sketchy for
kind of
Heinrik.
awkward for him.
It's a bit different, yeah. And this guy's just so naturally intimidating without even trying. He says, yes, we love trade. We love to be friends. Only way this city survives is by being friends. There's trouble, I will solve it.
You seem very capable of solving it. It's very good.
Yeah.
Your club is huge.
It is, thank you. That's why I don't enter the games myself. It wouldn't be very fair.
What are the games?
On the arena, of course. 2 times a week we have games.
What days, or do they change?
He Well, tonight and a few nights from now.
Okay. Does it do you have to pay entry to witness?
It costs a little to get in. You want to be in the games, dwarf?
No,
Dwarves do all the time.
Yes, the most dwarves that do that probably have legs that aren't as, stinky as mine currently.
Oh, stinky.
Hurt.
I bet you could buy some kind of perfume here.
Oh, yes. There's so many things there. I'm very excited. Do you, to pay, to set up a stall, do you pay a fee, or do you just come here and use tent, or what do you do?
Oh, a fee sound. That's a good idea. I might do that in the future. You find this space, you set things up, you trade. That's fine with me.
Well, that's it. There's no taxes.
I don't know what this word means.
Great.
It sounds that we have much to teach our neighbors to the south about civilization.
I don't think anyone that does not know about taxes needs to be taught about taxes.
How else do you think that nobles maintain their position in society?
Liliana's going to turn around and go, "Do you see Mafuta?
Yes, he seems like a very capable tax collector.
You're crazy." I rolled a cool check and Liliana's vaguely failed it. She's trying to hold her shit together because it's so big.
Because he's not being hostile, he doesn't cause fear to you.
Yeah, but she's just like, it's going to squish me.
But because he is he's 2 size categories larger than you.
Yeah.
So like he doesn't normally cause, well, I guess he would cause fear as an ogre, but he's clearly not being hostile. So like, I like that you took a check anyway, just to help inform the role play.
More like she's in awe of how big it is and doesn't even want to pretend to enrage it at all.
I love it.
What is there welcoming gift? Something that we can say or give to you to say, hey, this is very nice setup you have here. Thank you for allowing us to be here. We are so excited to meet you.
Oh, why don't you take part in games tonight?
That doesn't sound,
Newcomers, it'd be good for you. Grow some hair on your chest.
Are there rules?
Of course there are rules. If we don't have rules in the Garam, everybody would kill each other.
What are the rules?
Well, what was tonight? We have 3 kinds of games. We have a First Blood. We have some games where you don't have to fight. And then we have To the Death, which of course is everybody's favorite. The current champion is Sana. He has been undefeated long time. But, so you are very small, Southling. You can do a not fight if you want.
But what's a not fight?
You can do a tug of war, show your strength without fighting. You can do a chariot race. We have little chariots for you. You can play some shinty.
What is this?
Or you can put on a show. People don't like that as much, but you can play shinty.
What's a shinty?
Shinty, you got a stick and you hit the ball. I don't really like it. It's not bloody enough, but people seem to like it sometimes.
You probably need to play something in between killing up blood, in between First Bloods and
things like
the death.
Yeah. Think tug of war is good to do while they clean up all the dead.
Oh, yes.
Tiger Attack is very popular. You could do Tiger Attack.
Oh, this sounds like something that maybe we should experience first as audience.
Speak for yourself, Gerty. A game of First Blood sounds very similar to a fencing sparring match.
Oh, you good with that little tiny piece of metal on your hip?
Yeah. Heinrik will step back a few steps and, pull it out to do kind of like a very flashy demonstration that is like the sort of thing that you would see in like textbook kind of like formal training, not like real fighting per se.
Ooh, I like it. Make either like a weapon, whatever your skill is for that. Melee fencing?
Yeah, melee fencing, yeah.
Perfect.
Heinrik?
Make it average because you're not actually fighting anybody, you're just showing off these moves,
Okay, then that's 4 success levels.
Ooh. So you can see his little eyes kind of get bigger, and he's like, oh, a very, very tiny piece of metal, but not bad. You could do, we have one-on-one fights, first blood. You could do that. I think you could do well.
Heinrik is going to sheathe his weapon and say, I'm extremely confident that I could show the locals a thing or two about sword play.
I love this right
you
now.
have very fancy moves. You're very fast with that. Go to the arena. Tell them Mafuta sent you. You sign up.
I know. I've got Mufasa stuck in my head.
I almost said that.
I know.
Mafuta. I named him based off of like African leaders in history.
I like the name.
Changed
It's
the
cool.
name a
I just
little
can't
bit.
get Mufasa out of my head now that I said it once.
Same with in Karamba. I think it's actually I switched the letters around of an actual African city and added an apostrophe just to fantasy it up.
Is there travel on the river? Do you have boats or ferries, taxis?
Yeah, they're boat all the time. I don't know what ferry or taxi mean, but you could probably barter to get a trip on a boat or get a boat yourself.
This is great. This has been a great day meeting you, seeing this play, seeing all of the opportunity here.
It has been a great day.
Okay.
Good. Any other questions before Mafuta get back to work?
Are there
You
any
seem
big...
like a man with a lot of important business to attend to.
I like new people, though. You not from here. I could help you understand things more.
Is there anything that we really should not do here? Anything outlawed? Make sure that you turn into orc crepe very quickly.
No violence outside the arena.
Unless,
Unless it's me.
yes.
Only-
Unless you're Mafuta.
Me. Even Sana not allowed.
Okay.
Is that?
Oh, he
He is
said Sana is
champion
the
of
champion of the
arena.
arena.
Okay. Wonderful.
Was what
No
all
violence.
you learned about Sana.
Do no harm.
No violence. I hear about it and I stop it. I think you saw me do that.
Yes, we did. It was a very good display.
He
Orc
was
crepe.
foolish.
Most of
Stand against Mafuta. Dumb. But here in this area, we have market over there. He points kind of to the north. You can see it's kind of a square, market square, pretty typical thing. My home over that way is more people with more to barter usually live. A lot of dwarves live over that way. And he points to like the northwest part of the city. Let's see. Chakma don't really live in the city. They did come in during the day and go back to the jungle, but a couple live over in this area. He points to the north, or the southwest. Some goblins there. The lot of the greenskins live. We have the farms. Don't go in the farms. That's, unless you're a farmer, I guess, for rules. Not much. Just don't fight.
Do they have like a physician in the city or anything like that?
We have people that can do those things, yeah.
You have
Oh.
to. It's our arena with the fighting
Right,
and the
that's
violence,
right,
and
yeah.
the doctor needed to save the
They're
people.
busy sometimes.
Yeah.
If you need place to stay, there are places to stay.
What is your delicacy that you are most proud of as far as food?
We have very good fish from the river.
River.
Grill it. I don't know. Some of the Southlands do it. They grill it with some of the spices. It's very good. I eat a bunch of them.
What's the religion like in this city? Do they have like a temple dedicated to a deity or deities, or?
No, people have their own. The Great Maw, of course. The Chakma worship the big black monkey guy who he doesn't come here because he's scared of Mafuta.
Yes, he should.
The rat people have their own. The greenskins have a Gork and Mork, of course.
Sure.
Lots of different. The humans have something. The elves have theirs.
What about that dragon?
Oh, the dragon. Oh, I wish the dragon would come here. Mafuta would crush the dragon like he crushed that orc. The dragon doesn't come here. Scared of Mafuta.
This city is very much in your debt for keeping it so safe.
You think good, dwarf. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why Mafuta is in charge.
Was there anyone in charge before Mafuta?
No,
Was there a city before Mafuta?
there was fighting.
Okay.
That's why we have the arena. You want to fight somebody, you do it in the arena. Otherwise, Mafuta will end the fight.
What do you win in arena? Is there treasure or money, or is it just for honor?
You can win what you want. Kinda.
You win
Most things are done with trade here, but in the arena, typically people want to win some gold that they can use to trade.
Okay.
All right.
Sana never takes gold.
What does Sana take?
Usually meat he brings back.
Okay. And what is Sana? How do you tell Sana from everybody else?
Oh, you know Sana. Sana, big white lizard man.
Okay.
Does Sana eat the people that lose?
Sometimes, yes. Sana only do fights to the death. And when he win, yeah, he eat. It's very, very striking on his white scales, the red blood. Unless it's an orc. Then it's black blood and it looks just as good.
He is very aesthetic.
Yes. But everybody's scared of Sana. Not like they're scared of Mafuta, but
It would be hard to be scared of anything else.
even the big ape is scared of Mafuta. I've been so excited to play this character.
Yeah.
I love this.
I can't tell in the slightest how much fun you're having. Not even a little
Great.
bit.
Where you came from Southlands, Umba. Where you come from before that?
Oh,
We were from the Empire to the north.
Yes, other people tell me about this. That's long way.
very far, yes.
How you get here?
On a large metal boat run by dwarves.
Oh. Dwarves on water, that's strange.
It's not super common, no. But if they do it right.
There are more of you from this empire?
Yes, we were in the lagoon far to the west.
We're making our own city.
The lagoon. Oh. I'd like to see Lagoon City.
It's we just began construction, so it's not as vast and
Little city. Not as good as in Karamba.
No.
Of course not.
But I do like the rule of no violence. We will have to institute that
Yes.
in our establishment as well.
Otherwise, everyone kill each other.
Heinrik is gonna loudly clear his throat and just speaking in Reichlanders says, maybe we should be a little bit reluctant about inviting someone with such stature to our establishment.
That's true, but I feel like it's an invitation that he probably won't take. Why would he leave here to go to a little city?
Well, maybe not as much him, but the general information for chakras and orcs and goblins to know that there is a new settlement that is not established, not
Yes.
defensified, not safe.
Yes, I send advisors to go meet your people.
It it would be wise for any diplomacy to happen with manlings such as myself.
Yeah, I send human, yes.
Wonderful.
I send a delegation. A few different peoples to go say hello.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah. Yes, in the Empire, it is, how shall I say, uncommon for greenskin or beastmen to mingle among the civilized folks.
Beastmen. What is beastmen?
Liliana's gonna punch Heinrik in the knee. Be nice.
I mean the Chakma.
Chakma monkey people.
We have Chakma in the north that are a little bit more ill-tempered.
Chakma can be pain. They're not bad.
But maybe for now, it's better we bring people here. Such a great place, so safe.
You already here? I'd like to send people tell me about the lagoon.
I don't know waterworks. This is not my specification.
Yeah.
Would you send them on the river to get there? Is that a quick route?
Some of the way. River doesn't go to the lagoon. We'll get them part of the way. Yeah, they could take a small boat. I think that's okay.
Maybe Watchtower, a better place to meet.
Do you want to go with them? They can find, everybody knows where the lagoon is.
I think if we accompanied them, they would be received warmly.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe show us a better way to get there too. Maybe there is already roads to places around us.
No roads, no, but you go to places. Like if you go to, go to the tower is so far to the water and such.
Yes.
Except don't go east.
What is east?
Dragon.
He sits on the ground so he's more close to your level and he kind of leans in. He says, you stay away from Temple City.
Temple City?
Yes. Popoka capital.
What?
The Temple City of the Lizard Men. They don't like outsiders. They will probably eat you.
Do they like the dragon?
No, nobody likes that dragon.
Oh. Okay. Leon's just going to agree with him all the time.
Is the Temple City filled with other white lizard men, or they come in coalition of colors?
No, they're usually blue. Sana different. He's white.
Okay.
But most of them are blue. Not many come to Karamba. Typically only when Sana comes to be in games, you bring some others with him. They do some trading.
What about dwarves? Where the dwarves come from here?
There's some dwarves that live here, yeah.
Well, live here. Where did they come from before they live here?
Oh, they have a place in the mountains.
In the mountain.
Yes.
And elves too, they all over place, or they not come here much?
There are some elves here, but elves don't really come and go. There used to be elves, I think, that lived to the south of here, but there have not been elves there in a while. The lizard men, I think, took it from them. I know there are lizards that live there now, but not really my business. My business is Karamba.
So what time do these games start?
Around sunset. We have lots of fire for light.
What time is it now?
It's like late morning, maybe. Yeah, because you got a late start because Mba wasn't very quick on the gut up. So it was only a mile away.
Okay.
So yeah, late morning.
We have a lot of time left.
Lunchtime.
Oh yes, we can go see sights and get
Eat that fish.
Yes.
What will we barter with?
See what people milk here. What do people milk here the most?
Milk? We had not much. Sometimes people bring goats from mountain.
Oh yes. Goats make a very soft cheese already.
Yes. Yeah.
But not much milk here, no.
Okay.
But yes, if human here want to enter games, anybody else would like to enter games, that's what Nkaramba is all about. Would love to see new people in games.
I do think that we will have many participants for these games.
Yes. That's why
Danny,
we
just
do
so
it
you know,
twice a year.
they have first blood games, they have non-combat games, which is like tug of war and a chariot race, and then they have the to the death games.
And then like a field hockey or something too. They
Yeah,
have
you like
balls
hit
with
a
sticks.
ball with a stick.
All right.
Yeah, that was one.
Mafuta didn't like that game as much, so we didn't jump on that so much. But
I forgot what it was.
he did offer me a tiny chariot so that a halfling could do a chariot race, which is pretty funny. But she can't drive anything.
Shinty. It's very much
Shinty,
like
yes.
hurley or field hockey. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, okay, it was very great to meet you.
Yes. Welcome to Nkaramba. I'd like to see you at the games. No fighting.
It's the only rule.
Have fun. And we'll see what kind of fun you guys get up to next time as you explore this city you found in the jungle.
Yay.
Sweet deal.
Pretty cool.
So exciting.
I was very excited for you guys to find this place.
Dude, this place is cool.
Yes, this is great. This is now our home.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be like the seeds of where Heinrik's going to pursue his long-term goal of ruling over at least 100 people.
Oh my god.
So,
I'm gonna usurp Mufata. I do want to say
Become his first tax collector.
yeah, I'm going to teach him about taxes, and I think it's going to be a good thing.
before we end did you stop the recording?
Nope.
Okay, I do want to say before we stop the recording, just shout out, thank you to Tom Medico for the idea of the village of all races. The idea that there was a place where all different races live together was his idea I got from Facebook. And so thanks, Tom.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Right on.
It's definitely going to be the place that causes us the actual conflict.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be just environment killing us.
Which is super exciting.
Yeah.
You can hit it now.
Okay.
Bye.